never seen a Lina offlane.
Like Lina Nyx or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, like, because I know very little about Serenity. I watched a decent amount of the games they played in the qualifiers, but they're kind of outside the box.
Let's have a look. Final pick, final balance. Sorry for Secret. What are they worried about Serenity grabbing? I don't know. What sort of fits well with Serenity's lineup? What would you? Surely the most likely is they are still looking for their offlaner. Right?
I want a frontliner for Serenity.
You want a big, beefy offlaner. You know, I still like, you know, when you see sort of Necrophos, you want a beefy offlaner. I like the Centaur. You get the Ag, suddenly they're not getting the kills with the Reaper's Scythe. Sure, you got to get to the point where you're getting the Ag.
They banned the Wraith King.
Wraith King, yeah, so one of the offlaners we've been seeing. I'd like to
so Nyx CM, I think, are the two supports. Clink safe lane, Lina mid, and then the off. That's the like one that we're expecting, but maybe.
Because I think because of the fact as well, you've got the Nyx assassin against heroes like Necrophos and Pugna. He can have a good game without needing an offlane. You know what I mean? Like he's still gonna do a lot in this game. You don't need to give him the resources of an off.
I've been seeing people spamming the support Nyx as well. Yeah, for the most part. Like I saw GH spamming, I saw YapzOr spamming, I saw a couple of these guys.
And you want to be moving around the map because what a stun sets up for the Clinks to power into someone, a stun sets up for Lina to drop a combo. So Brewmother's gonna be banned out. They're not gonna be cheesed today.
Good ban.
And let's see Serenity, the final pick. Will it be an offlane hero? To suspect. What kind of beef have we got left in the pool? Underlord, Tide, Centaur.
Not a fan of.
What about some Darkseer action? Someone that's going to be able to farm up sort of these auras, set up for the stun combos, vacuum plus the Lina plus the Nyx assassin could be good. I know it's not a hero that seems to be as popular sort of in the dual lane meta, but could be that beefy sort of frontline, that beefy initiation as well, that sort of addition to a team fight to really make things work. What else do we play? Serenity.
I know these guys used to play Void, but
Void offlane?
I don't know if it fits. Dude, Meepo's not banned. I just realized for Secret too. Secret could Meepo.
I mean, I don't know if is this a good game for Meepo?
They've got a lot of ways to pressure though.
Oh, we forgot about that. The Tiny was still there, and Serenity seems so. Tiny, the final pick. Secret. Do that, I say. Do they go for some sort of cheese pick like the Ace Meepo?
Meepo.
I don't know if you want to pick Meepo against it. Is Meepo good here?
Doesn't sound so fun to play Clinks versus Meepo.
That's true. Clinks doesn't have a great time. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's
as
not
a
that
Meepo
bad.
expert, Owen. I mean, you're usually
a few years ago, you know, I sort of hung up my Meepo boots. Maybe it's not a terrible game for Meepo. Face wants to do it.
But like the lanes, like if the lane's still bad, then maybe.
But you're gonna have this sort of Pugna Necrophos push, making space for a Meepo so he can work on his own elsewhere on the map.
I'm just trying to look. I'm trying to think what other heroes. I'm really on board with it. Okay, Dragon Knight.
Now select your heroes.
Okay.
So it's gonna be
so a lot of
Necro
push.
safe lane, right?
Yeah. So okay. So with that last pick, yeah, mid 1 DK. Secret. I really just feel like another one of these drafts where Secret's like, we want to win the game fast. You know, they've got so much push. They've got some fantastic bursts as well. Once sort of mid 1 gets that blink or Shadow Blade online, just sort of setting up on a target, opening up, buying time for Ace to walk in, get the Reapers in.
This works better around the heroes. I mean, this just works better around the lineup. Now they have this initiator, guy to start the fight, frontliner, hits towers as well. They can set up behind the DK with the Pugna when they're pushing.
Alright, so Secret versus Serenity. Game 1 here of this 2-game series, lads and ladies. And we are going to see Serenity. How will these boys perform over here on LAN? 2018 and Secret, are they still sort of riding the highs that they have had, of course, over the DPC season? Ups and downs for sure, but the ups have certainly been very high for Secret with some fantastic LAN performances.
I'm actually, when I see the DK2, like, now they have a hero that can actually benefit from the bloodlust a bit more, right? Now that someone benefits from the attack speed, not just from the movement speed.
And they do now have that hero as well. I mean, arguably, the DK could get to a point where it's going to be pretty hard for Serenity's heroes to kill off.
Very tanky, yeah. Clinks can't really
No, you don't sort of walk up as Clinks and pop a strafe and expect to kill a DK unless you're like a full item ahead. But we'll see here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into this matchup. No surprise there, YapzOr with the level 11 Rubik. Absolutely beautiful.
So as the Clinks player on...
Who? You? I don't play Clink.
So DK stun. Projectile. Right?
Yeah, so straight for dodge.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
But obviously not if he's got blink and
if he's in melee form. Yeah, if he's in melee form.
I mean, even if yeah, you got to pop the strafe there. Now, how long does the strafe last nowadays? With 3.5 seconds.
3.5, and then it's what with talent? It's 7 point. Yeah, some.
So anything else big that you're really dodging? I mean, as you said, the stun's nice to dodge. That's I mean, that's probably like the only sort of big sort of.
What, Ignite?
That's what he's looking to. Sure, but it's like that's the game-changing thing that he needs to look out for in terms of dodging.
Yep.
If he can stop himself getting stunned by that, he's probably going to get away, unless YapzOr's quick with the telekinesis.
So mid one does in the mid matchup with Alina with Crystal Maiden Aura.
Yeah.
Constantly pressuring onto him. I mean, it's a DK. We always give
he can farm under tower.
His farm is just fine, but I think he could be put under pressure if the rotations and stuff come out. And I'm looking at this. I'm looking at XCG starting items on this Crystal Maiden, and he is all about the pressure. Crystal Maiden, she has 3 mangoes. Ready for the spam. And they are putting it... Okay, so they're putting the Clinks bottom and the Tiny toward top. So they want the Clinks to have a better time, because they know that Pugna is going to be constantly harassing up top. Yeah,
it'll be a very tough lane for him to sit in. The amount of damage that FATA can just throw out. Especially if they do keep it as so this dual with YapzOr up there as well. A lot of blast.
Look at look at the way they skill right away. YapzOr's like, I don't need lift. They already know what they're going to be doing in the lane. They're just all about the spam. Yeah. Heroes starting bottom for Serenity. They're even bringing their mid. Cure this bottom rune.
Not often that we see that being done.
Usually they tend to stay there for the block now.
I mean, maybe they don't... Well, we'll see if it does head back for the block. Obviously, still got 30 seconds to maneuver around the map. Prioritizing trying to find this early kill. He's got to be careful.
Got the ward down. Puppey is not the ideal target unless he steps way too far. But he's got a stout shield on top of the 8 armor.
Pretty beefy, but there are 3 heroes in. So they'll look towards him.
See?
And they will go for it. Do they quite have the damage? Ace does give that heal to Puppey. It's not enough to save it.
Having that vision.
First blood.
The vision from the ward, giving them those extra right clicks over the tree line.
Secret up top. We'll be able to grab themselves 2 bounties, and indeed the bottom 2 bounties go the way as teams are. But well, as it looks to be, obviously with both teams playing in that aggressive fashion with the mids, neither lane was blocked anyway in the mid. So it's going to be pretty much an even start. Quite able to get back before the creeps meet, so they're back to a level playing ground.
So it's about pulling aggro on the creep wave. Mid one, do that.
Well, they do. ZYD. It's the mid one in this middle lane.
Dire's structures are fortified.
That one, I think that was a glyph on the bottom side that Serenity wanted to block. I think Ace walked up and used Pulse trying to get a last hit, and they glyphed it.
ZYD doing a very good job with the early spell usage, bringing mid one very low. As mid one does have to be careful. He's trying to hit that level 2, but as you can see, ZYD making it very hard for mid one to get in and get that XP now. He'll get in and grab it. A stun, doing a very good job there, ZYD, of making it hard for mid one to get those last hits every time that he's coming in for one. With a light strike array.
It makes it harder that ZYD got the first blood, right? So he's got that little extra, the mantle, not the biggest thing, but every little thing adds up when you're playing him those 1v1 matchups.
Lane Puppey and Ace looking for GGG on the Clinks, and they've got him. Chase him down. Quick couple of slaps from the club of Puppey.
Hey, he's still level 1. Now Crystal Maiden too, XCG. Getting chased out here.
Yeah, Ace and Puppey. They can run down these heroes relatively easy. Both very squishy. Saw sort of the lane decision taking the Clinks away from that pressure lane top, but I guess if you think about it, the bottom lane isn't really that much better.
No.
It's still scary for an early leveled Clinks.
Ace gets the last hit on one of those kills too, so just his mana back full. And, I mean, this top lane should be very, very nice for Secret as it continues. Pugna just is that monster. UIW trying to connect some pulls, make sure you can get those levels, get that early mana burn point up. We'll be interrupted though.
Oh, I was saying not that easy, but hey, turns back up to the lane, gets a kill on Ace as Ace hangs around alone. GG.
Guess he just got caught a little bit off guard because he didn't have his creep wave. Puppey had actually pulled it. Oh. Just gets slowed and ran down.
It's mid lane. Pretty even at the moment. 12 for 0 against the 11 for 2.
We took right. It's the DK. We're always like, oh yeah, he's gonna lose. But oh, YapzOr top.
The stun's a bit, but it doesn't matter. Still get themselves the kill. Serenity. Oh, I like it as well. Xingqiu dropping some kisses. One of the nicest ones.
Kissing the Yahoo. The Yahoo's big. That top lane. They had that. Oh, we'll be okay. They had that. Level 3. As soon as Tiny is level 3, you have that big window where you deal a lot more damage because you have all 3 of your abilities in your time. But yeah, YapzOr stepped up a bit too far. Bottom lane, it looks like Serenity has secured this one for themselves since Puppey started moving around, trying to make plays elsewhere. Ace has now been the one that has to actually just start pulling for himself to make sure you can get the lane equilibrium in a better spot for him to farm. I mean, the lane ward that Serenity put early down bottom, a lot of pressure. Watch when he steps up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep, still.
Hey, nice done after the soul usage. Punching on mid one whilst he's low.
Well, he's got 23 health.
Yeah.
With
The
the
region's always going to be there, so very unlikely to see
top.
see a solo kill happen in that mid lane. Top lane indeed, another sort of setup there from PYW with the stun. FATA tries to turn around with the blast, but he's going to go down in this top lane.
4.5 int gain per level on Pugna. So even that low level, even that level 1 mana burn, it hurts. He has the haste turn in the bottle, so can get active quite early on. We'll get level 6 very soon too. And TP is going to be available in 20 seconds, so we could see this Lina get active as soon as 6 hits.
Sure. I mean, even the mid
Maybe
lane.
before. Yep.
He's diving in. He lands another light strike here. ZYD playing around with mid one, using this haste rune to his best ability. As mid one getting low, pops the stick charges. ZYD still kiting around. He is starting to tank the tower now. Does have to be careful. Pops the fairy fire, misses the light strike. Does manage to cancel the south. So ZYD certainly showing us he likes to play. He likes to play flashy.
Yep.
Doesn't get the kill, but still nice to see. This early stage, ZYD strutting his stuff in the middle lane, and oh, it's the Laguna!
Oh no, good one.
ZYD! His stock's just gone up. I'm sure some viewers are going to love to see him play. He's a player.
Man, it looked like Midwood saw that he hit 6 too, because he kind of like stepped back and then stepped up anyway. Now YapzOr also getting chased, a couple right clicks.
Another kill. 6-3. Still early days, only a 1k lead, but we're starting to see no questions was how is Serenity going to show up? His first 5 minutes, the laning stage, they're certainly standing toe-to-toe with Secret.
Liking the aggression. And FATA's only level 3. Tiny is level 5. This top lane, they were putting a lot of pressure on, then they burned their whole mana pool, and now it's just Serenity up here. YapzOr's being forced to actually just move around. Maybe looking to set up for mid, try to pressure and take this tower. They've even used their glyph to keep the siege alive. Look at the wards as well in the mid lane. They've got 2 even positioned just to be making sure for mid one.
Going to be back on for ZYD if find any sort of setup. They've got XCJ coming in.
See, FATA's even now.
Yeah.
FATA's pulling the creep wave and walking toward the mid lane, so they really want to get this mid tower. He's also going to have an arcane rune maybe, but no.
Oh no. We have PYW able to snatch that from it. Serenity now with 3 heroes in the middle lane.
It's looking like a big win for the early game for Serenity, right? I mean, the Tiny, who is supposed to be pressured by this double range lane, has actually done perfectly fine. Boots, Aquila, Wand, level 6. FATA, level 4.
GGG just going to touch over Ace. Ace does have the Ghost Shroud and also the backup of Puppey. GGG trying to juke his way around the trees, but he's got the backup of XCJ. They'll go with the Fire Blast from Puppey onto GGG. Not quite enough control now. Ace and Puppey have to be careful. They'll back themselves away as XCJ. And GGG looking to pounce back. They've got the slow onto Ace.
Mango uses it, wants to get the frostbite, but wasn't able to close it on Ace and top.
Q up top, another kill for the Tiny as they catch up again. Bottom lane TPs have come in. There is backup as the CM getting surrounded. XCJ will fall. Secret are there, but there's the rotation as well from ZYD. Goes in straight away the Laguna through the Ghost Rider base and right clicks down Puppey as well.
Uh-oh.
Losing the support down there. XCJ going down on the CM, but these movements so far, the Lina play from ZYD looking pretty hot.
Yeah, very fast paced. They're pretty much just playing PYW and the Tiny, and ZenQ has just been sitting top. This is their domain. While everybody else can play around the map, we can have the Lina making the quick rotations and the CM clinks. Put a lot of pressure onto this bottom lane. We're definitely on the back foot here.
Look at these smoke plays now. FATA and Puppey. They may catch out. ZYD is looking to head up towards the 8-minute room, but bam, the surprise. The trap is set and they'll open up onto him with the Decrepify slow to set up for the stun to come in from mid one. They will punish the Lina. The smoke successful.
They're really prioritizing the mid tower because they know they're like, oh god, our lanes did not go how we kind of expected them to, how we wanted them to, so we have to be able to get something back out of it. They got at least a tower to get themselves some economy in the game, because buy that right now.
Lots of pressure. We'll see if they can do anything to slow this one down. It does put the spike carapace, but nothing going to be thrown out for Secret upon it. Fortification as well from Serenity. Blast there from XCJ, stunning to push them back a little bit, but the blast from FATA failing as he keeps moving in to drop them down onto the tier 1 tower.
It's taking them a lot of time to take this tower though. Just having the CM and Nyx here is delaying for enough time to let this Tiny farm up. Level 8 Tiny.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And look at this tower's still alive, and now Lina's back. So Secret gonna have to back up. They still don't even have level 6 on FATA.
Just trying to find it here in the jungle. Neutrals should do it. So walking around with Strafe, not the best skill offensively, but may save his life.
Smoke coming out, Serenity. They want to try to kill Ace. He's still pretty weak, only level 5 on Necro. GGG is level 6, has the creep already eaten. Scan comes out, don't catches them. Nice scan by Secret. And now mid lane, they will look to try to kill PYW and take the tower. On the side of Secret, the smoke rotation's happening bottom.
CJ and ZYD can find. Secret will back up trees, middle lane. You say the tower falls. Spell still from YapzOr, is able to grab himself the Dragon Slave.
That's max level nuke.
Yeah. But Serenity can't quite find the pickup they would hope for now at that bottom. So GGG will stand his ground, pushing straight for the searing arrows. Tower probably closest, probably in deny range. We'll see if they can get that mid one coming in from the side. He's going to look to walk around from the river to rejoin the rest of his team. And Secret keeping that tower alive for now. All bounty runes taken there as well by Secret.
They're starting to deny it now, Ace.
Yeah. Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Okay. So they slow down a little bit of Serenity's aggression.
It's going to be, as you say, once ZenQ hits this fantastic timing of the Blink Dagger, where we're going to see sort of the Tiny really sort of leave his heart for the map. As we've seen, spend most of the time sat mid, sat top now, has moved over to mid. Quick combo onto mid one to hold him back, make sure that mid one's unable to set up onto him for TPs to come in.
Force a reaction instantly with that combo from Tiny. FATA actually made the move.
GGG looking for an opening onto YapzOr, but there's the hold of the Reaper's Scythe just to stop some of the right clicks coming through.
Mid lane, mid one, trying to get aggressive onto the Tiny.
They'll be able to turn and punish him. PYW and ZenQ will punish mid one's aggression mid. Bottom lane, as we saw there, quite able to get a kill in return, GGG, as YapzOr kept safe not only by the Reaper's Scythe that he's dropped down onto GGG, but also the fact that YapzOr did have the strafe stolen. Because those right clicks, Secret out of the bottom lane, but losing mid one there in the middle lane.
I mean, that was a fresh dragon form that he loses. That's really costly for Secret's next 60 seconds or so. And the combo between the Nyx and the Tiny right now, they are really leading the charge for Serenity. ZYD's also been having a great game, but that's been more just himself. All those plays, and I believe, that's the Tiny Blink Dagger.
He's gonna go grab it, they're smoked up. ZenQ heads towards the side shop, he's grabbed it, he's ready to jump on bottom, so they have to be careful who they show. It is just YapzOr down here at the moment.
Scary. It's so scary when you have these tinies where it's like you're level 10, you've got Treads, Aquila, and the Blink on top, so your ability, your combo is maxed. So all these heroes, they're so squishy for you now. It's like Ogre and DK aren't the most squishy, but they still can get combo.
They're looking to set up top. There's the jump straight away. There are 4 members here at Secret, but 2 of them just got deleted straight away. In fact, Secret did have sort of the full 5-man around there, but they just lost 2 so quickly that they had to back out of there. Perfect jump. The fantastic timing of the blink reveal from Xingqiu just caught them off guard. They did not expect to be jumped and bursted, especially with the DK on the front line.
It was, I mean, perfect. He tossed one on top of the other one, stunned forward, and then they had the follow-up. They have multi-stun heroes, so Lina and Nyx easily able to line that one up afterwards. And they're not slowing down. They want more. The Tiny's positioning, stepping up pretty far, though. But again, the setup is not enough to quite get the kills. Ace still alive for now. Turns around the ghost round. The stick charges. PYW tries for the burst to Dragon Slave. Not going to finish Ace off, as Ace will stay alive. TP from mid one coming in towards the tier 1 tower. They do want to try and fight back here. Secret they found on the sideline. ZYD on the Lina. Caught out the stolen stun from YapzOr. Holds him down. The Serenity diving a little too deep that time round. But they do, on the other side of the map, have GGG just split pushing. So he gets a tower. Pretty much has Maelstrom done already at this point. That's another build we're going to be seeing on the Clinks, I guess, is the Maelstrom. So we've seen a couple already. We've seen like 2 or 3 different builds now.
See, one of the nice ways to get a bit of damage down onto heroes like the DK, the massive amount of armor, sort of having that magical damage to complement your output. Tower is taken here by Secret. Like Serenity will choose to fight back yet, as you say. Still just waiting on these first big major items for the cause. As built for ZYD, because he yields just straight into the BKB. Doesn't want to mess around with the vast amount of magical damage that Secret have, which is pretty much their only damage at the moment. Yeah. It's all magical from Secret.
He just has to be careful to, like, of this Pugna ward and all this starting to build up. Sure, most games you see like the Yule Shadow Blade, but this game he's looking at Secret and they want to just kind of like group up into this like death ball, pushing these towers. You need the BKB to be able to take the fights against that versus Pugna.
Self remove the ball as well, ready for the next fight.
They have so much information they're going to get from these 2 Invis heroes too. We see GGG is already running around the map. He's actually the one placing wards, the Clinks, for his team. I like seeing teams do that, where they give it to like the Furion or something to TP in the jungle, like these a little bit unexpected wards that you really won't be able to de-ward.
This is sort of the big pickup for Secret as well. They have the Blink Dagger on mid 1. Okay. They're able to get him in there. Might not even need to do so here. They have the sentry down, but PYW keeps his distance. Yes.
Bit of wasted time there.
Do the scan on him, so Secret do know still his whereabouts, but I mean the bounty runes up. They're going to have to let it go the way of Serenity. Serenity will be able to claim the one from bottom.
Mid one has a blink, so now they've got.
Yeah, that's the
Secret at least has. They have a way to start the fight. Before they didn't really.
If you get the blink jump on someone, drop the combo with the Reaper Scythe. They should be a Reaper Scythe kill on. And especially like Lina, Clinks when he's not got his ult up. You saw these squishier cores.
Probably on most of them anyway. Yeah. They just have so much ways to like damage amplify.
They should be able to delete one hero out of the fight at the start of each round.
A little bit different to see that FATA is actually going just straight for the Aeon Disc. Doesn't have the Aether Lens in between, because he did end up having pretty rough time in that lane. Dying 3 times. After, I mean, the first 3 waves, it was all Secret favor, and then afterwards, FATA was out of mana. And then they just got destroyed. The mana burns just really started to add up. Now they are doing that group up though that we were mentioning.
Jump in, the stun, look at the grab, there's the Reaper Scythe. Bam, easy deletion of a hero. That's the Nyx Assassin out of the fight for 45 seconds, so Secret. Put on some pressure to this tier 2 tower.
They're actually buying back.
Okay, wanting to hold this tier 2. Doesn't want to let it go.
While the tiny split pushing top, the Nyx, it's a cheap buyback. I think it was only like a couple hundred gold, not even. And he actually just forced his Secret off that tower with that buyback. Okay.
That invis room.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tiny. He'll probably go like triple BKB afterwards, right? Lina's getting kind of close to hers. GGG also building BKB as well. Dream game for Team Serenity to go for that BKB Pugna and that close. So, CG.
Find him here, Ace. Chasing him down into the trees. They'll get the CM. The rest of Serenity at the moment all up towards that top lane. Secret, they've got the 5-man mid. They're ready to continue to push down and have a second chance of taking the tier 2 mid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And have the Elder Dragon form, but still with the amount of sustain and push, still have an easy time of finding at least this tier 2. The top tier 2 is starting to get hit on by Serenity.
Gotta start backing off. Mid one. Unable to find anybody. Did he get the tier 2? How much damage was done by Serenity on this one? Not a whole lot. It was an early. It was the glyph used by Secret to make sure they couldn't get any split. Fairly close. You know, 3k gold, 5k, 6k experience. Still at the moment for Serenity.
The hood now on Ace.
That's
so
absolutely needed this game.
Sure. They do still obviously have physical ways to work around it.
Yeah, I think that's why he went the Veil first, right? So he wants some more armor, and he goes for the hood. Self-protected FATA bottom.
Gets spotted. Finds him. He's got the combo. FATA isn't getting out. Plays there for Xingqiu. Next time will be a little safer, because he does have the Eon just complete.
Now he's gonna go back for the 8th plant. So I guess he's just recognizing. I mean, if he's in the front line versus these heroes, they will kill him. Puppey have a buckler yet? Oh, he went Urn. Okay, nice. Yeah, good Urn game, especially if they're pushing. I mean, their lineup is all about just pushing together behind that nether ward. AB is done now for ZYD, and it looks like Serenity does want to take this fight with this timing. We've even got GGG, you see him positioned all the way in the backlines. He's got the Death Pact available too. He does get spotted by the Creep Wave now, though. So Secret could be ready for a fight here.
Puppey on the front line, dropping a sentry. In preparation for this, opens up the stuns onto PYW. Can they find the position to fight ZYD? Pops the BKB. Tries to land the stun on YapzOr. Actually missed time, so YapzOr will be fine. Mid one will not, though. So the Laguna Blade comes out. One down at the moment, make it 1-for-1 as the Nyx Assassin will fall, but with the wraparound, Xingqiu ready to come in for more. They'll turn towards the CM. CM gets blasted. The right click from ZYD flying through onto Ace, but with that Veil, with the extra armor and the hood, not quite enough burst to bring him down. Ace still alive for now. He's hiding. They've got the Decrep. They turn. The self-fuel's there from the Lina. ZYD keeping himself safe from the stun. He's still trying to fire on, but the damage is too much for him. ZYD will fall. GGG, the Xingqiu, though, with the cleanup, as they'll find a 4th. They'll turn towards Ace. Ace can't quite find GGG as GGG.
He's got one charge.
Goes with the invis.
You've got to be careful. Ace can turn this on them.
They're backing off. They don't want to hang around any longer. So a bit of a scrappy fight between both sides, but it is, of course, as you can see, Team Serenity getting out with Xingqiu and GGG alive, 2 of their cores. And they did manage to get both, well, mid one and FATA being the 2 cores that did fall in that fight for Secret.
Yeah, Ace got both of the kills too. So he killed the Nyx, of course. The ulti didn't kill him, but the pulse afterwards. And then I think his Heartstopper aura actually ticked and killed the CM, so that's why he had that extra regen. So I think it was the Heartstopper that it might have been a pulse, but I think it was the Heartstopper, and that's actually what saved him from the right clicks from the Lina. So we'll see the Reaper side comes out, mid one gets absolutely destroyed. This was the BKB reveal, of course, by ZYD. We see there's the regen coming out from Ace. He's already full HP off of this one. Yeah, it was a Heartstopper kill in between the Pugna life drain ticks, and you see his health regen because of that.
Plus 58.
Alive. Yeah. Committed dive there by ZYD on the...
Very all-in fight from both teams, but pretty much ends up with the game continuing to be in the same position that it was beforehand. It was Serenity still with a slight 3k lead.
Very slight.
And Xingqiu still leading the charge on his tiny 605, top of the net worth, and he's pretty much got the money for the Shadow Blade. Bottom lane, the opening's there from PYW as he finds the DK. Xingqiu's in as well, looking for the follow-up. Mid one will try and turn with the stun to hold them back. Kill will still be successful, the 3 of them. As you say, the sort of setup around the map that PYW can provide for the follow-up of heroes like Xingqiu's tiny. With that blink and the TP scroll, he'll always be there to follow up.
And it seems like they're always the ones looking for the ganks instead of just like the group up push, because you look at like Secret's lineup, they don't really have the heroes to like, all right, me and you pair up, we're gonna go kill somebody. While you look at Serenity, it's like this Nyx Assassin, this Clinks, they're always gonna be giving information on the map, looking for pickoffs, and now they've even got a Shadow Blade on the Tiny too, so always gonna be looking to catch Secret when they're split up, while Secret, they're looking to just take those 5-on-5 engagements around the nether ward. As soon as they get hit by nether ward, they're like, nope, see ya. They're like, goodbye.
Out of there. find that. In terms of the build, as you say, you know, FATA in the Yundis first, he's still going to go back for the Aether Lens.
Yeah. I mean, you need that item on that hero. Everything feels weird to cast without the Aether Lens. Like Nether Blast is, the cast range is actually so tiny near you. And if you saw, did you see Ace's item build? That was one that I don't think I've seen too often on the Necro.
A straight up heart.
Straight heart after the hood. Wanting to survive. They just want to group around this Necro and have Heartstopper be the dream. And the spam of the pulse.
Certainly a way to sort of survive those initial bursts, as we've seen. If he has the heart and the hood, chances are he will get the chance to pop Ghost Shroud, get a couple of heals out. Really going all in on just being that sort of irritating hero that's just going to survive throughout the fights and really makes you question if how many of your resources you want to put on trying to kill Ace in these fights. Build from Lena as well. Looks like ZYD. He's going to be queuing up the Bloodstone.
Okay.
For that old school leader build, not something that we see all the time. Want to make sure he's got the mana to keep those spells spammed. And
always have Fiery Soul stacked up.
Have it at max.
Pretty nice. They've got BKB timing, so GGG, maybe this is where we see Serenity again. Just keep looking for those fights since they've got double BKB. But Secret's also on the prowl for that engagement. They've got the Reaver as well.
There's the jump. Mid one, open straight away. He's onto a CN though. They'll put the Reaper side down. They're popping a lot of stuff down onto XCJ, and XCJ will finally fall, but they've lost mid one for that. Secret threw a lot onto that Crystal Maiden, and they lose a DK for it. Maybe even more. Secret's got to be careful here as the jump in from Xingqiu comes out onto YapzOr. He's held in place by the Yules. He'll get bursted too. They really focus fired that Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. And they didn't have everybody in range in time either, so they actually couldn't even get the full Reaper's kill. That was
a little weird.
A little weird.
That's going to cost them a bit. Roshan's now open for the taking.
Yeah. It was a weird spot too. You see FATA like kind of walks into the river and drops his Nether Ward in the river too. So they're just like, oh, okay, we have full vision of it. Quickly kill it, and from there, yeah, Secret just can't take the fight anymore. Interesting
to see the Serenity still respect the three Secret that are up. I guess it's low timers on the death, so they're not actually going to commit to Roshan. They got it down to about 2/3, but they back out of the pit. They don't want to stick around to finish it off. Just making sure not to slip up against Secret and get caught off guard.
Silver Edge is going to be the choice for the Tiny, so breaking the DK for the most part, so they can always get those kills. But again, look at this. They're always on the prowl. PYW always giving information, trying to set up for kills.
There's the setup between the two of them. Opening up for Xingqiu to walk in, get that right click off with the combo. Mid one will turn with the stun. Can he get himself back to safety? No, he can't, because the damage from GGG's there. As he pops the BKB, stands his ground, and starts to pan away with the searing arrows, forcing Secret back. Secret start to retreat. Xingqiu with the toss there, dragging them back into the ultimate of the CM. Perfect play from the Tiny, setting up for GGG on the Clinks to pick up the triple kill. I gotta say, Xingqiu's Tiny's been absolutely on point. 6-0-10. As we saw there, neat little plays like that, making sure that as many as Secret's heroes are caught in the damage from the CN's freezing field.
They're just playing at a very quick pace, and they're always responding with more heroes. Like Secret, they all TP'd, but it was a little bit too late to end up.
Yeah, Yeon just still on cooldown as he gets caught out, and now they're content with going into the Roshan pit. There's 4 dead on Secret's lineup. Serenity into the pit will pick themselves up. The Aegis, and now 24-13 sit at a 10k gold advantage in their first game here at the International 2018. It's looking to be a strong start, and they're showing from this team that a lot of people were ready to see how they perform.
I mean, mid one is like suffering super bad this game too. He's 3-7 because he's kind of the sacrifice. He's just like, all right, blink stun, Reaper sight the guy I'm stunning, and then I'm dead. They use everything on me, and then we're fighting without your DK. Does seem pretty tough for Secret, even though they're trying to rally around the Nether Ward, trying to take these 5-on-5 engagements. Serenity is there with more every time. Look at how fast they collapsed on the map. That was the impressive thing to me if you look at the mini-map. Like, they're setting up with this gank with these two, but already you see the Clinks as well as the Crystal Maiden starting to run in. And then Lena TPs even to the Shrine while this fight's happening pretty far away. So she starts running. So
and look at that,
ready.
Xingqiu on the Tiny, just keeping his distance, making sure that he is going to be able to have that blink available to jump in and bam, find the follow-up as soon as... Because he knows the rest of his team's going to be able to bully Secret to the point the Secret are going to be on the retreat, and he just has to be there to get in and get that toss back so they get that extra core kill.
And they have so much disable and AoE, like AoE lockdown, like Strike Array, Tiny Avalanche, Nick Stun, even the CM ult and Nova, all these different spells to make the team fight just that much easier, and just keeping that lockdown going. Like I see Necro, Ace runs in, gets stunned, then he gets Spike Carapace, then he gets Avalanche, then he gets tossed, he's just controlled throughout the entire engagement of the fight.
I mean, yeah, both Tiny and Lina just absolutely massive at this point. You know, 27 minutes in, ZYD finishing off the Bloodstone on top of the Yules and the BKB.
Yeah, I mean, the synergy on that Serenity so far has been really, really crisp.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Offlane. Puppey and FATA looking towards Xingqiu, but this is a very hard kill for the two of them to find. One. Dragon Form about to wear off, and PYW.
Again, on the prowl. Every time.
To try and open up. He'll turn his attention towards the Necrophos there with the Yule setup. There is backup for Secret. Secret keep these boys off, and that's the question with the BKB pop from GGG as he's ready to hold his ground and push on forward. A second Yule's have to use to throw Ace up in the air. There's the jump in from Move1, goes for the stun onto ZYD. The refire as well. It's not enough to kill ZYD. In fact, Secret, they've got to be careful again. YapzOr falling incredibly low. The stun comes out from PYW. That's going to be YapzOr gone. Light Strike Array from ZYD lands on top of Puppey. The Degrevify from FATA trying to keep Puppey safe. All allowing to back off. ZYD's BKB beginning to wear off from the trees, going with the freezing field, but Puppey's there with a Fire Blast to cancel it. But the damage, the right clicks just punching down Mid1. The BKB doesn't matter, he'll still fall. Puppey will crumble, even with the heart. This Necrophos is not surviving as Serenity take 4, another triple kill for Xingqiu. Wow. As Secret just seem to be out of answers now. They're behind, they had this lineup that was looking to perform much better in the laning stage. And then at this point of the game, how do they come back into it? Because Serenity, all 3 of their cores are starting to go off.
There's just so much control in these team fights. Everyone's getting, like, if you get stunned once, you're getting stunned 4 times, it seems like, if you're on the side of Secret. And the way that Serenity's prioritizing the places where they choose to fight too, right? They just fought here a few minutes ago. They put new wards up, so they have full advantage of the vision in the fights. And Mid1, he BKBs, blinks in, and he actually couldn't find a target to stun. He kind of just walked back and forth and then just died to auto attacks from the Clinks. So Serenity just perfectly positioning themselves, like right on that high ground too, all 5 of them just staying right around each other. Very nice.
The next game plan is here from Serenity, and they want to use this advantage. Xingqiu pretty much with the goal for his Reaver. The Heart and the Tiny.
You can see how Secret's just so on the back foot. They're just, everyone's sitting behind Ace now. Their lanes are, the bottom lane's in an okay spot, but top lane's already pushing in. They're not even trying to deal with that. They just want to try to fight Serenity, but again, Serenity already positioned.
Absolutely, they're on the high ground. They're ready for that movement from Secret. Bursting down, Puppey, they've got the stun onto the Necrophos. Degrevify comes out from FATA, trying to keep Ace alive. Will be enough to keep Ace safe for now. Yule's up once again though. Have they got the stun control for him? He pops the hood, continues to back off the turn with the stolen Laguna's Blaze there onto the Nyx Assassin. They will find a kill in return, but on the front line, Ace just getting beaten down again. Does have that Ghost Form to keep himself okay from the right clicks. Mid1 trying to come out onto Xingqiu with the BKB. Degrevify from FATA looking to slow down Xingqiu, but it's not enough to slow him down for the chase. In fact, Mid1's the one held down by the Frostbite from XCJ. Another fight where Serenity are continuing to come out top. GGG now godlike on his Clinks.
Like, it's a stun, it's another stun, it's another stun. It's like, all right, Ace, he uses Ghost Dart, I Yules him. All right, he lands again, stun him again, throw a Nova. They're always controlled on the side of Secret. The fights look so difficult for them. And they've got the BKB on Mid1, but he's the only one. And everyone else is super susceptible.
You've got the Lincolns now complete on GGG. ZYD, after that Bloodstone pickup, is now up to 21 Bloodstone charges at 30 minutes.
Infinite mana, just spamming non-stop, always having 3 fiery soul stacks.
But he's been found in the tree line. GGG's there with a hunt. He's got eyes upon him. FATA tried to turn, but there's the Light Strike Array from ZYD. Quick Laguna Blaze, and the Dragon Slave will bring him down. It just doesn't stop here for Serenity. 32-14. Their debut match here at the International 2018, and their debut, in fact, in terms of DPC events throughout the year. These are the new boys, and they're turning up in style against Team Secret in this game 1.
And they're making it look, I mean, I wouldn't say look super easy, but they're looking very coordinated is the important thing for me. Like the symphony of skills that they've been having, the Tiny throwing people back into like Frostbites, back into CM freezing fields, like anything like that. It's great to see a team being able to do that when you haven't played at TI before, right? Like
yeah, exactly. We see so many teams sort of, you know, come through qualifiers and such, turn up to something like TI, and they sort of buckle, you know, under the pressure. I mean, it's under the pressure because there's less pressure for sort of the teams that they're sort of like the underdogs, newer teams that a lot of people don't know what to expect from. But to be able to come up and And show up as they are here in this game one with a lot of flash, a lot of flair, doing it their own style, having sort of the leaner pick. You know, this is not a hero that we're seeing every game. But ZYD certainly making it work. 7-4 and 13. Fantastic item timing. And the Shiva's Guard very soon to follow.
He's just keeping his presence always on the map, always staying aggressive. And the same thing with the Tiny. I mean, XNQ. Again, looking for Puppey.
And he's found him. No escape for Puppey. Can they get the control onto Ace? So that's the question. They're trying to chase.
He's got boots of travel and bloodlust. Pretty speedy.
A little too speedy. He's back up to the high ground. Secret just constantly getting pressured back into the base.
Yep. I mean, Ace survives for a pretty long time. 8-4 and 3 on Ace so far with this heart and everything, but the rest of his teammates struggle so much to get into the fights and actually throw some damage onto Serenity's got right now. Even the Nyx is tanky. Like UIW, look, this guy's got 1800 health with the 325 health talent.
Closing in on. As a closing in, he's going for the Eon Disc, of course. It's going to take a bit of time, but once he has that, this nuisance for the Secret, even more so in these team fights.
Yeah, Secret just... It's looking very hard for them to come back in this game, because sure, it's like Ace isn't having that hard of a game, but the rest of his team, I mean, look at the Pugna and the DK's net worth. They are half... both of them combined is less than the Tiny right now. And they do need one of those other heroes to scale. Ace will queue up the Aghanims next. That might be one of the few ways for them to try to come back, right? Just get some Chain Reaper scythes fighting with a numbers advantage. But so far, Serenity has not really been giving that opportunity to Secret in this. Those are APMs.
I don't think we've got on this game. They removed the APM. My favourite bit of the show.
So, Serenity continuing to just keep their map control and farm as much as possible. I guess just waiting and stalling for that next Roche. Keep scouting it out with XCG, and Secret's just still trapped in their base. They're starting to feel like they need to do something. They're going to smoke up. They've got the level 18 on the Necrophos as well, so the stronger Reaper Scythe. All in the area. They're ready for this fight. Scan comes out from Secret.
See if they can get the ward down. There's the Yule set up onto YapzOr. Light Strike to follow it up. Perfectly timed by ZYD with the double damage. A few hits. The Rubik's got. Ward quickly dispatched off as well.
As soon as Secret starts seeing like the number advantage for Serenity right outside their base, they're like, ooh, fighting outside the base is a bit risky when we're at this much of a deficit. They actually have to be fighting with that high ground advantage.
They've somehow just got to find at the start of the fight that jump and burst that we talked about, and not onto a Crystal Maiden. They have to take off one of the cores at the start with the DK initiation into the Reaper side follow, but it's getting harder and harder to do, as we've seen with the beef being built up by the cores of Serenity. They put with the BKBs, those sort of pick-offs at the start of the fight aren't going to happen.
They've got to look for what it looks like is the Lina, because the Clinks already has the Lincoln Sphere as well as the BKB, so that'll give him a second to get that immunity off, and Tiny has 5,000 life. They can do the 2300 or whatever initially, and then throw the Reaper Scythe, but that might be a bit of a taller.
JinQ on the hunt once again as Secret have started to leave the base, and Ace, he's been found. He is beefy, so won't die straight away. Is there anyone else coming in for the side of Serenity? They're trying to. They're looking to chase down Ace. As you said, he's speedy. He's hiding in the tree line. He does have backup on the side of it, but the Light Strike, the Laguna comes out. Can they burst down Ace in time? The toss, JinQ, not enough damage to kill off Ace. As Ace will keep himself alive. BKBs have been popped as GGG. They're going to move forward. They'll take the Nether Ward down. No one to fall. One alive for now. JinQ tries to jump forward with the tree throw. Still not quite enough to get the kill.
They start to drop him low. Immediately the Lincolns gets thrown on him once he drops around half HP. Now Roche has spawned. No, Aegis and Cheese available, and Serenity. Good spot to be able to go for that.
So Secret do manage to fight and contest this Roshan.
I believe Ace survived.
It's gonna be hard. I mean, he is, obviously with his build.
He's got a heart, but
he's got a lot of beef.
It's still pretty remarkable that he's able to tank through all that. It's Roche.
Should be a free one.
Oh.
As Secret, understandably, just playing very timid around the pit. Not going to look to commit to it as ZYD is able to grab himself the Aegis on Lina.
just getting scarier and scarier though, right? The gold and the net experience, it's getting to astronomical points. We're at 27,000 gold lead and almost a 45,000 experience lead. Isn't something you see too often. If you look at the kills, it's 14 to 34, but it's been Serenity pretty much for the last almost 18 minutes or so, them just leading all the moves around the map. They're kind of trapped. They're good at making sure, like, they're not really, like, you don't see them actually farming the lanes too often. They're kind of just pushing them in as quick as possible and looking for team fights on the side of Serenity because they've had this big lead for such a long time.
Mid lane, there's down in the tree line. YW and CYD now starting to come across, seeing if they can start something.
It's got vision around here.
Yeah, they know that the hunt's on. They are not caught out. They're back up again.
And they're gonna lose their vision. Getting more and more items. Level 25 as well starting to come out for Serenity. Tiny has the AC finished on top. Levels on the level 19 Necro, FATA 16, 17 on mid. Yeah, they're at 45k experiences. Really showing itself.
Goes starting to get some damage onto the town. They've got to do something to slow this one down. They look for the fire blast onto the Tiny. Xingqiu starts to back away, but ZYD there with the fire assault stacks just doing a lot of damage there to that tower. Now down to less than half health. There's a full nullifier picked up by GGG on the Clinks.
That is so big item versus the Pugna as well as the Necropost now.
Yeah. It's just sort of the purge and slow and control.
Yep.
Should
purge
guarantee
just the
them
block
kills.
Of the items. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just both. I feel like I've seen Secret. If we had a heat map, I think we've seen them in this particular area for the last like 15 minutes or so. They can't really step too far outside. It's too good for them.
Yeah, the whole game, as we've been saying, the pick-off play of Serenity has been flawless. Xingqiu, UIW setting things up across the map for the entirety together. They'll open up again onto the tier. There's going to be the jump forward from mid one. Does go for the stun. They've got the telekinesis as well onto the Clings. Xingqiu's in with the toss. The avalanche onto two. YapzOr used up, nullified straight back down. That's YapzOr gone. Laguna Blade onto waste, he's falling low. Another Yule's being used here by Serenity to try and hold him in place. There's the light strike on point from ZYD, but he's getting focused down by mid one. They'll take the Aegis out of him. But mid one, he cost a lot of his life for that one, trying to commit to the fight. He gets taken out. He'll have to buy back straight away. So far, Secret only able to take the Aegis out of the hands of Serenity. Serenity, they get 2 kills, they get a buyback as well, and they'll also get the melee racks as they finish them off, turning towards Puppey. The nullifier upon him with that fast attack of the Fire Soul passive. They are going to be able to slow Puppey down, kill him off another time. They'll turn themselves towards another as Ace will fall. That's a full set of racks. Serenity are not stopping. They're 41k ahead. Secret still holding on to this game, or at least trying to. But Serenity, in this game one,
they've got this one.
They have absolutely done it, and in an incredible style as well, and not in a close style whatsoever. There were very few points in this game that it really felt that Secret could come back in. Surely we saw Ace build up this sort of very tank build. You know, he was going to be able to survive for a little bit in the fight, but the combo, the control, Xingqiu's Tiny, that's getting a ban, I'm telling you now. Surely. The Tiny play.
They also, they first picked this Nyx, and this Nyx was also remarkable. The combos, the last fight, I clicked on Ace, and he walked up and he used a pulse, just a casual pulse. The Nyx carapassed him. They got like 4 or 5 stuns follow up. They used him afterwards, stunned him again afterwards. And meanwhile, this is happening. The Tiny is throwing people into the combo.